You're under, you know. The person in this van drives from his wheelchair, and this box, there's a peg on his wheelchair that clicks right here, okay, and that's what holds him in place. That keeps, and there's a thing here that keeps him from going this way, front or back, so it's pretty stable. If you weren't sure, this is a manual release button, and if you open the door and push that, if he's conscious, obviously, he could back his chair out of the driving station. There's also a release button up there on the dash, but look at all these buttons. You probably have a heck of a time.
Oh, this one here, the easy lock?
Yeah. Now, again, it all depends on what kind of time frame you have to work with, you know. But generally speaking, all these things operate all the things he couldn't reach when he's sitting here behind the wheel. So they just made a console and put all these things here. You can do start the van, windows, door locks, everything you possibly could want is right here. So he's driving with this. This column comes up and down. So he'd come in and lock in, and then he'd hit this button and bring it down to where he wants it to be. Of course, the hand control, that door would be shut, and that's his gas and brake over there.
Oh, those there. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that
So with this shut, it would look like this. He's got gas and brake, and he's steering here. Of course, he's sitting in his wheelchair, and it's locked in, and this is his seatbelt. So this is how he drives. One hand gas and a brake, and a one hand starting. When you have a column like this, they took the factory column and removed it. You've lost the shifter. You've lost the turn signals, the smart switch. So that all those things are put in here. So he can hit this button, left signal, right signal, and there's a scan, and he can pick out what he wants, or here. So all the things that were on there has been replaced where he can reach them. Okay?
What
Release, and that would allow the doors to be opened manually, and then there's a pump here.
Okay.
And you can actually pump it to get them out.
It's similar to the bus's pump.
Correct. Exactly. Now the problem that, and I was saying this to some of the guys that do the responding, if this van breaks down in a place where there's a guardrail on the right, or a cliff, or you can't get them out.
Yeah.
You can't let the lift down. So that happens more times.
Yeah.
The curb is over there, and you let the lift down. You know.
Right.
So if it was on this side, you'd be letting the lift down in traffic. Let the lift down. What you got to do is open the door and pull them out of their wheelchair. Get them out of the van.
Physically lift them out.
Get them out. Yeah.
Does that happen more times than someone actually figuring out how to get them out?
Probably.
They just lift them out.
Probably. If he's conscious and it was just an accident and there's no immediate peril, he can talk you through this.
Right.
You know, do this, do that, get me out, you know. But obviously if you roll up on somebody and they're unconscious and time is of the essence, you're probably going to do less harm just getting them out physically and laying them down. You know?
Yeah.
And you'll notice this one has a fold in half feature. It's for a better view out the door. Just a gimmick. Some of these are flush
all
to
the
you.
way out, yeah.
You know, this is, I forget, clear way or clear view. So just a little.
How do they shut these doors?
I just do this.
Okay.
Well, that's what happens. Usually that's there you go. as more and more government gets involved, these lifts have become more regulated. As of January '09, if you stepped on this thing while it was down, it shuts the lift down. Yeah. And of course, this is what he uses to come down. A lot of times we'll put a magnet. He'll have a remote just like it sounds like. You'd hold the remote and open the doors and lift. If that remote broke or the battery went dead, how else would you get in? So I don't know if Scott operate release. You flip it to release, then you can open it. The pump over here, you can unpump it. You're not going to get any more damage. It shows you how to use it.